යතුරු ඉතින් නෝනවත් දන්නේ නැහැ තියෙන තැන ඉතින්.
Vipula Sena is one of the first farmers who signed up for a safe storage box to store the pesticides. This was over 8 years ago. He says he felt this was the best way to store and protect his family from accidental exposure or self-harm due to pesticide poisoning.
මේක හම්බෙනකොට අපේ ළමයි පොඩි හුඟක්. ගේ ඇතුලේ හරිය මේ තියන්න බෑ ඉතින් අහුනොත් එහෙම ඉතින් කරදරයක් වෙයි කියලා මටත් හිතුණා එකක් ගන්න.
He lives in the north central province of Sri Lanka, where farming is the main source of income to the community. However, this has come at a cost to the community. Many deaths have occurred due to people consuming pesticide at times of crisis. One of the main reasons is that since the start of the Green Revolution, highly hazardous pesticides became available in small rural communities. Farmers were unable to use or store them safely, often storing them either in their kitchens or gardens. This placed their families at risk of death due to poisoning. Since the Green Revolution, it is estimated that 14 million deaths have occurred in farming communities across Asia due to self-harm by pesticide poisoning. Research in China and Sri Lanka show that at least half those who attempt suicide decide to consume poisons less than half an hour before committing the act. A key issue seen amongst farming communities is their inability or unwillingness to store their pesticides in a safe place. It is believed that the visibility and easy access of toxic pesticides at hand causes a dangerous combination during times of crisis. This causes the young and old alike to consume it without considering the toxicity or the implications of their act. Studies have shown that for every person who dies by pesticide suicide, at least 20 attempted it.
We analyzed recent data, not recent data, actually 10 years data. Then we realized that the pesticides are easily accessible for self-harm. So if farmers lock their pesticides away, maybe a chance to prevent them from going for self-harm. So that's the fundamental basics behind the safe storage.
A carefully designed study was conducted in the north central province of Sri Lanka by the Centre for Pesticide Suicide Prevention, CPSP. All local stakeholders, farmers, vendors, government and researchers were involved in gathering information on how best to support the community from this hazard. One solution that came up was the distribution of lockable storage containers to farmers. These were carefully designed with the community in mind, including some with child locks. Overall, 53,000 households in 180 villages were chosen for the study, a total of 230,000 people. The area was divided into two. Half the households received containers and half did not.
For the intervention now, we distributed a safe storage device to keep them all their pesticide stock in one container and lock it. Key is accessible only for the one family member.
However, this did not prove to be successful. Farmers found the device impractical to use daily.
Safe Storage Project එක ගැන මොනවද හිතන්නේ? ලංකාව කියන්නේ ගොවිතැන් කරන රටක්. Pesticide හැම තැනකම ගෙවල් වල තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක ගෙදර එහෙම නැත්නම් කුඹුරක වෙන්න පුළුවන්, ගොවිතැන් කරන තැනක වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Pesticide තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. මේ හැම එකක්ම pesticide එක මේ බින් එකකට දාලා ලොක් කරලා තියන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඒක ඇත්තටම වැදගත්. මම හිතන විදිහට සේෆ් ස්ටෝරේජ් අපි කරපු එක අපේ මිනිස්සුන්ට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ටික කාලයක් යනකොට අමතක වෙනවා.
වෛද්‍ය ශිෂ්‍යයෝ තෝරාගත්ත ගම් කීපයකටම දුන්නා. අන්තිමට සියලුම දෙනාගේ ප්‍රතිඵලය මේක තමයි වුණේ. වර්ෂා කාලෙන් පස්සේ නිය ගිහිල්නකොට මේක ඇතුලේ ජලය ඉවර වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ නිසා දැන් ඉතින් අද වෙනකොට භාවිතයෙන් බොහෝ දුරට දුරස්ත වෙලා තියෙනවා. හැබැයි මේක පාවිච්චි නොවන තැනවත් නැහැ. යම් යම් තැන්වල තවත් පාවිච්චි වෙනවා. මේ වගේ අසාර්ථක වෙච්ච තැනුත් බහුතරයක් තියෙනවා.
Look at the data for 3 years. At the end, we realized that there's no any effect for the self-harm prevention. Maybe simply device is not, storing pesticides maybe not the practical way for farmers in this community.
According to the CPSP team, the containers did not provide any benefit in Sri Lanka. The analysis was performed blind to both arms of the study with no bias. It remarkably and unexpectedly showed no effect. Although there was a small, non-significant reduction in poisoning cases and a small, non-significant increase in suicides from all methods, the desired outcome from safe storage containers was not achieved. More interestingly, there was no effect seen at all for the first 12 months when the intervention was fresh and people were most likely to use the containers. The research gathered showed that only 50% of the households were storing their pesticides in locked containers 12 months after they received them.
ඒක ඉතින් අමාරුවක් කියන දෙයක් නෑ. ඉතින් උදේට ඇවිල්ලා ඉබ්බෑරලා තෙල් බෙහෙත් ටික අරන් ඒකට දාගෙන වෙලට ගෙනහිල්ලා ගහලා ඉවරලා නැවත ඉතින් ගෙනල්ලා මේක ඇරලා දාන්න තමයි තියෙන්නේ. වෙන ඉතින් අමාරුවක් නෑ ඉතින්.
Because of these devices, all the farmers try to bring their pesticides into one particular place, and if the device is not locked, all the danger in one particular place, anyone can access it.
This was not good news for the safe storage approach. The study was finished in 2016 without showing any effect or benefit. But some careful farmers like Vipula Sena will continue to use it. As for now, the safest, surest way to save farming communities from dying due to self-harm poisoning is to make the pesticides safe. And this can only be done by regulating highly hazardous pesticides and removing them from agricultural practice.